Crafty Journaler, welcome to the Crafty Journaler. My name is Sarah and I am the Crafty Journaler. I am a self-taught journal maker. I learned mainly through YouTube and TikTok. I do have a Instagram, Pintrest, TikTok accounts open as well, and they're all under the same name, the Crafty Journaler. If you would like to check me out there, please feel free to do so. In this particular channel, we do a lot of crafting for junk journals. So whether it's mass making stuff for journals, actual journal making, or ephemera making, so on and so forth, that's what we'll be doing in this channel. So if that's something that you're interested in, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, turn on that notification bell, and tell a friend we're here. That way we could grow this account together. Today I thought it would be really a good idea to continue our Let's Make a Junk Journal Together, and this is now our 5th episode of the series. And the reason I'm breaking down these series is because it'll be easier for you to follow, as well as it won't overwhelm me in the process of doing everything. So today we're going to be adding the clusters and embellishments and these lacy paper things that I make when I'm mass making or scrap busting, and I just make them and keep them at hand. So what we're going to be doing is adding that. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to divide this into probably different episodes as well, because I'm going to be working from the front to the back, and sometimes that may take a little longer than I would like. So I'll probably do like 3 or 4 pages. So let's go ahead and get started. And again, we're going to be doing clusters and embellishments. So for example, in this these, I have these kind of clusters either as tabs or center focal points on the top of stuff. And all that does really is gives it a little interest for your junk journal. It invites you to play with your junk journal instead of just leaving it or not using it and stuff. My intention with stuff like this has always been to invite the journal holder to play with their journal and interact with it in any which way they want to, and I feel like clusters do that in many ways. They'll invite you to play with your journal and learn about it and stuff like that. So we're going to be doing stuff like that, and I'm just kind of flip throughing and showing you different ways that I use clusters and all that fun stuff. So you could keep going. Just trying to quickly flip through. And I love clusters. Clusters are one of those things that I feel the need to do in every single one of my journals. And I could probably avoid certain things for the most part, but I always make sure that there's clusters in my journals. I feel like they give it a je ne sais quoi kind of feel, and it makes me say, que bonito. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, we are in the front of the page, and we actually have already some clusters done unintentionally when we were making our journal, right? So like this is a small cluster. Right here would be a pocket cluster. And what's fun about this one is that there's like already here something. So right here, this part, I would actually like to kind of camouflage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a cute little cluster here. So let me get that stuff together and I'll be right. Okay, I'm back, and I have these clusters that I have already pre-made. And we could just look for something that's gonna match our theme, which again is neutrality. So you don't want super vibrant colors, you don't want super colorful kind of thing. You want something that's gonna be easy to neutralize, or it'll give neutral kind of feel. So this one is, so for example, this would be too colorful for this particular book. We also have these. However, again, I feel like it's too colorful. We have others. I think this is our winner. I feel like blue is still considered pretty neutral, especially when it's like a powdery blue like this. It's not too vibrant. I feel like it could work fine with our neutral tones. So, and it'll kind of give it an extra little pop of I guess pop of color, but not necessarily overwhelming. So we're gonna go ahead and add this. And what I'm gonna do with this one is I'm actually only gonna glue right here and right here, and that will also give us a pocket. So that's a cool way to use your clusters too. You could create pockets with them and all that fun stuff. So we want to make sure we got this just right. So I'll be adding some glue right here. Okay. And then I'll be adding some glue right here. And then we'll place this down. Ooh, careful. And there we go. So we'll just kind of hold it down for a little bit. Again, this glue is Fabri-Tac Glue. It's an easy to use silicone based glue. It's stronghold permanent glue. It's workable. You could use it for fabric, or you could use it on paper. I've as well used it on metal, and it does a good tack with metal and paper and stuff like that. So we're gonna keep going at this point. So here I want to add something. So it's not just going to be a cluster at this point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some paper for the person that holds this journal later to be able to journal in comfortably. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a cluster with the intention of it being a journaling spot. So let me get all of that stuff together and I'll be right back. So this is what I came up with. I'm going to use these two scraps right here, and then I am going to be adding a ready to use cluster that I have. And I think I'm going to be using either this one, or where is the other one that I just had? I actually feel like this one would be better. I feel it's more like with the vibe of neutrality. So we'll probably use this one. And I feel like this one's a good one too. But I think this one. I like the size of it, and I feel like it'll work out good. So let's go ahead and glue these things down. Okay, and I think right here. And I'll be using my permanent glue stick from Scotch, and this does a really good job with adhering and it gives a good tack to whatever you use it on. I only use it on paper. I don't really use it on like fabric or anything, so I'm not really sure how it would work on fabric, but on paper it does a really good job. So I recommend this one. I know there's one specific called Create glue stick, and I used it. I'm not a fan of it, but I do, I have used it before. I don't know if I just got a bad batch or something, because when I used it, it was like really grainy. Can somebody let me know if that's like, is that the way that glue stick is supposed to be? Or did I get a bad batch? I did buy it on Amazon, so I was thinking it was probably like a bad batch left in the warehouse too long or something. Okay. And here we are. Let me grab this. I'm not sure why I wasn't using it from the beginning. I already know it needs that. Okay. Then we'll cut out our cluster, and I actually make these at home. I have 3 of these little booklets that I have, and if you would like a tutorial on how to make the booklet, let me know and I'll be sure to make that that video for you guys. It's super easy, and it's very convenient to have these already at the ready to use. So, and so I want it right here, and I actually think that I'll probably add a little tuck spot too. So I am going to add glue here and here, and that way we could tuck something into it as well. You don't have to do that with all of them. I just do it randomly because I do like adding a lot of ephemera. Oh, that's my laundry. So after this, I'll probably pause, go fold that, and come back. So yeah, but anyways, yeah, you don't need to do this to every single one. I just like adding a lot of ephemera to my books. I like when they get a little chunkier, and it's just fun and interactive. So okay, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take care of life and be right back with you guys. Okay, and I am back. Sorry about that. So we ended up doing, I just looked at my camera and it looks like I am already at 15 minutes. So I think I'll just do a couple more and then I'll go ahead and call it a wrap for today. Like I said, this part can be a little longer than what I would like it to be. So I just want to make sure that I'm not taking too much of your time. So we'll go ahead and do a couple more, and then we'll call it a wrap. So let's add some of the paper lace here. And I know this has some powdery pink right on it. That might be too colorful. Here we go. We have this one. I think that would look good there. So we'll go ahead and add this here, and then we'll cut it. I usually glue it on and then I'll cut it off just so it looks more, I guess, purposeful. This paper right here is watercolor paper, so whoever ends up getting it could also do some beautiful art on this piece of paper. I'm going to cut it right here and cut it right here. And then these will be left for another project. And that's what we ended up with. Okay. And a little cluster right here would be good. I think this one would be a good one. So, tear it out. And then we're going to put it as a tab too, so it'll be just slightly out. Right about so. Always being really generous with the glue because it's going to be a tab, so most than likely it's going to get tugged on and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that it's nice and secure. A cute little cluster right here would be good. I think I'm going to use the camera one that we had seen before. And then I'm actually going to tear this one a little bit more just to give it a more worn look. Put it down just there. Okay. Should we just do the whole signature and then call it a wrap? I think that would be a good idea. When I'm doing this and I like squish it down, I am always trying to keep in mind how much the alligator mouth is going, especially when I intend to add more to it, because I do like it when it bulks up, but I also want people to be able to write in it and, you know, have a good time when they're using this. So like here we already have a nice cluster. Nothing there. Right here would be a good area to add a cluster. So let's go back to our handy dandy or cluster booklet. Actually going to create a cluster here too for the journaling part of it. Sorry about that, there's an airplane going going right over me, and they kind of fly low because there's an area around here. I think that there's like an airport, so. So here, but I also want a page in the background so that they're able to journal on here. So let me grab that real quick. Okay, I'm back, and this is what I came up with. So we're gonna be putting this little paint swatch behind the scrap of paper, and then we'll put our cluster. It'll give it a nice like flow. So let's go ahead and do that. For this part, I'm going to be using the silicone base glue. And then we're gonna put it right about here. Okay, then we'll put this down with some stick glue or glue stick. Okay. And then we'll add the cluster with some silicone based glue. Okay, and there we have it. So we keep going. I think something would be cute here, and I'm gonna go back to my cluster box here, and I actually saw this, and I think this would be really cute. And we're also going to make it into a little side tuck here. So we're just gonna glue like a pocket. So we're gonna go right here, right here, right here. I know it's not necessarily a cluster, but I think that it'll look really good there. Okay. So, kind of thinking that a cluster would be really cool in one of these two pages. I feel like right here in the corner, hanging on the corner, so it could overlap on the lace, that would look really cool. So let's put a cluster there. Let's see if I want one of these, or maybe I can make one really quick too. So we'll see. Let me get the other booklets really quick. feel like this one, and then I could just like cut the background a little bit, just to remove some of the pink. Although I do think pink is a neutral tone, I just feel like for this specific one it's not really what I want to go for. So push this out. So I'm gonna fussy cut this really quick and then I'll be right back. That takes me a little bit, so I'll be right back. Okay, and this is what I ended up with. So I want this right about there. I think it'll look good overlapping the lace a little bit. So again, I'm being really generous with the glue on this part because I want to make sure that it's nice and secure. So you want to add a good amount of glue on there. And we'll put it like so. Hold it down a little bit and we'll move on. So it'll give this feel to it. I think that looks so cute. I don't know if you could tell on camera, if it translates on camera, but it looks really pretty. And I think for as far as clusters go, I think that's where we're gonna end for today. We're gonna do clusters on our next section, or actually we ended up doing 2 sections of clusters, so we'll do the other 3 in a quicker format in the next video. And that's where we're at right now. Again, I don't want to do the whole book right now. Right now we are now at 35 minutes with 7 seconds. I will probably edit that down a little bit further, but we also have the intro to think about, the outro to think about, so I don't want it to be too long. Thank you so much for being here. So if you are finding value in our process of making a journal and you're enjoying this type of content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, let a friend know that we're here, and definitely like and comment. The more you interact with my content, the more it's going to be pushed out there by the algorithm. And I am trying to grow this channel. I really enjoy doing crafts and junk journaling, and I would like to make something out of this and help other people find the joy of doing a journal for ourselves. It's really cool to make a book. So if you are enjoying it, go ahead and do all those lovely steps. That's a wrap. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Well, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed it. We had a ball making it.